Hello and welcome everybody back to the FIU esports broadcast. We've waited long. We've been enduring a crazy technical pause, but finally we are ready for Agent Select now between the Camden County College, that is certainly a mouthful, Valorant roster, and your FIU Valorant Game Changer squad. Maps tonight are going to be Fracture preceding a Lotus pick and Pearl if necessary, but of course everything is on a map-by-map basis. Both of these teams very patient with one another as they sorted their technical issues, but finally, as we load into the map, it is going to be a double duelist look for the side of Camden College and for FIU Val GC, going back with the Breach Tejo. Such a callback to their initial run of dominance back in the fall of 2020.
We're going against the Flower Cult.
Yep, it is. It is the Cult of the Rose, as Lumi likes to coin it, but both teams have a lot of work to do on this new map introduced to the pool of Fracture.
I wish it was Ascent. Ascent.
That's true. Ascent's time will come soon.
They're gonna rework it, and then it's no longer gonna be Ascent.
I know. They're going to add back the paper walls. It's all going to be back to normal. We're going to enjoy Ascent the way Ascent was meant to be enjoyed.
New Corrode? Corrode 2.0?
Yeah, that's right. Corrode 2.0. Corrode was Ascent 2.0, honestly, on its initial inception. Starting off now with FIU Val GC attack, and looks like they might actually be finding themselves in a little bit more of a backstab position than they anticipated. Double dash out from the Waylay, and Jin is holding with the Killjoy turret, but can't win the duel out. Upper Moon 1 slices her down, and FIU Val GC are already down the Tejo. Quick set of smokes to stymie an Exec, and CCC are facing a silent map. FIU Val GC now rotating their way back towards the A side as Mitchie attempts to take some more space. Leaning over towards this A side. It's a nice stun for FIU Val GC to clear their way in through tunnel, and Amandita is going to grab an orb to help. Big smoke to help them lurk out onto the side, and they're going to throw a flash alongside that Boombot, and Amandita takes down Aegis on side. A quick reload. And multiple players looking to challenge Amandita's good for 3 already. A flash comes through and Apple blinds her like a bat. But Amandita still with nade in hand is fighting ahead, and Ash is the one that takes down the last player. Lil Cloud. Nothing but an obstacle in FIU Val GC's way. And they're going to claim the first pistol of this series. Great exit getting back out onto the site. They made a little bit of noise running through a hall, but because Mitchie kept that drop control, they were so confident walking back out into that smoke. I don't know if that was lose smoke on site or maybe Camden College just couldn't smoke deep enough, but FIU Val GC certainly happy with the result. Quick stun, and both duelists for CCC are looking to challenge Jin again. The Killjoy turret will take contact, but that's 2 players now peeking out wide. Mitchie takes down 2, and she's looking worse for wear, but FIU Val GC with such a huge numbers advantage, working their way into B off the back of loose frags. It's just 1 player remaining for the side of Camden College. Hiding alone in this smoke is King. Well played. And Amandita's Boombot might reveal, but no! Slowly lurks inside the smoke. Amandita quickly turns on a dime and takes down the Brimstone, and a flawless anti-eco for FIU Val GC means that Camden County College's map pick of Fracture is not off to the start they were hoping.
And this is what happens when you pick Fracture.
This is what happens when you pick Fracture, you lose. That's the simple explanation, I guess.
It's such a bad map.
Well, it's
like Bind, but worse.
I believe FIU Val GC might disagree, but they've got to win this bonus now, and CCC does have full rifles and no light armors. Not that it would matter, of course, without the threat of an outlaw, but Amandita quickly making some noise through this A main position, and Kin, GG well played, backing back out onto site. Amandita now opening the door once more, and Apple is going to have the first attempt to fight, but Amandita just slowly walks her way up towards the site. Nobody aware, but finally her position revealed. Apple's hiding up in heaven, and Amandita never the wiser. FIU Val GC so split across this map, but Lil Cloud might be the next person under duress. Killjoy turret will reveal at least one, and Jin's gonna attempt to grab this orb. The Killjoy in tower is good for 2. Neither player able to hold their ground, and Lil Cloud rains down upon them. Lou's gonna attempt to walk into sight. The help of this neon wall to conceal her for a moment, but Aegis finally takes her down, and Ash is the lone player left in a 1-on-5. A monumental effort necessary to turn this round around. Nice damage onto one, and Aegis is jumping across, looking to pull her crosshair astray, but Ash, as she looks to recenter herself, all of these players gather around the spike. So much for Ash to accomplish. A jump spot, a peek, and King is going to be the one that finally silences this FIU Val GC attack. A flawless round for CCC, and FIU Val GC certainly not going to have as smooth a sailing as they anticipated.
I like the reworking. They were pushing out too much, and that wasn't working. Staying on the site seemed to be working better for them.
Yep. I love the waiting for the orb tap from tower. Lil Cloud playing off the Killjoy utility, expecting that FIU Val GC was going to disrespect them, considering the advantages that they found in those earlier rounds. Now going to use some utility to clear these spots, having a little more respect for the Cougars. Early drone will be broken by King, and Mitchie's just going to use this opportunity to snatch up an orb. Nice stun, Exec, and Amandita blast packs her way onto site. The Tejo missiles are dealing some serious damage, but it's going to be Ash and Lou who execute the first players on their way to site. Mitchie throws down an alarm bot as well to give her some advanced notice of this waylay creeping up, and that's going to be the alarm bot spotting. First peek is out, and that's going to be a stun that doesn't tag onto waylay. Upper Moon 1 takes down Jin. Stepping now out on the side, and Lil Cloud challenges and dies for it. Amandita and Ash partnering with Lou on this side. Amandita walking forward. Upper Moon 1 takes down her teammate before finally falling in this one. Amandita got the champion's aura on her, Vandal and Phantom alike. FIU Val GC continuing to march ahead.
Right here.
Money still in great situation for FIU Val GC, and ultimates also crucially coming online as well. It's going to be another heavy satellite lean, excuse me, for Camden College.
And Amandita with her ult online.
That Tejo drone is going to scout at least a couple. Jin's going to continue to walk up. Might find herself in a little bit of trouble now, and yeah, there it is. A couple of players peeking her, but she's going to be able to take down Upper Moon 1, and Mitchie is there to buffer the attack as well. Now, FIU Val GC are walking full speed ahead out onto this site, peeking with the flashes. Camden College is locked out of this one. Mitchie drops a dish, though, so still a little bit of danger in this round. Amandita, fearless on this duelist, loves to take as much space as she can, and Lil Cloud's going to be dropped. Still a 3-on-2 for FIU Val GC, and Ash has got a nice position. Up on drop, a Molotov comes through, but doesn't deal any serious damage. Lou is playing with the orbital strike for post plant. Topside Ash is waiting for these players to walk on. A first peek comes through, and the Brimstone escapes with their life. Neon spotted as well. Ash spamming away, but does fall. Aegis takes her down, and Jin is waiting for the first tap. Going to throw in that Tejo missile. King is going to stick through it. Attempt to at least. That's half of the bomb now stuck, and Aegis takes down Jin. Lou is waiting for that half tap on the bomb, and finally swings the corner. Aegis simply cannot stick it all the way through. FIU Val GC, a beautiful post plant. Rose toy for Lou. And they're up to 4.
You scared me there. Why'd she peek that?
Because the bomb was already halved, Aegis did have enough HP, I think, to stick it all the way
through the orbital strike?
Yep. So I think the swing was smart, and she didn't want to swing instantly and give them the opportunity to come off the tap. So all in all,
that swing was scary, though, because she was low.
All in all, I believe pretty well played for FIU Val GC, and not investing any ultimates. So still going to be stockpiling those for the future rounds. Mitchie takes down Upper Moon, and another kill for Mitchie. 3 for her. Aegis taken down as well, and Apple the lone player remaining. Jin and Mitchie. Good for a team ace amongst the two of them. And that's 5 ultimates now in the bank for FIU Val GC. Camden College dropping like flies on that anti-eco.
They did guess correctly which side we were going to go on.
That is true. Weapon differential, though, is just so strong, and that's going to be CCC. Alt in the game for now, calling a quick timeout. FIU Val GC. Both teams actually sitting on 5 ultimates apiece, so could see absolute pandemonium in this game. But I want to talk a little bit about the compositions, the double initiator versus the double duelist. How does CCC activate their comp now?
I think they just need to stall until attack.
Yeah, I think that...
Because the initiator is going to be best on attack versus the duelist, which again will be best on attack. The initiators might have some trouble defending this site just because of all the angles. There's 2 ways to get onto site, both sites. So that's 4 angles you have to look out just in the beginning. And there's a lot of faking potential. You could fake so easily on this map.
Yeah, both duelists in hand means that CCC can certainly throw a lot of pump fakes at FIU Val GC, but thus far, they've looked clean on this attack. It was Camden County's map pick, FIU opting to start on the attack and looking pretty good for it. CCC, though, entering with 5 rifles apiece. It is going to be an all-out gunfight. Camden College, like you mentioned, parking the bus a little bit, not over-aggressing. FIU expecting a bit of a fast play. It was a 20-second default called by Coach Popsky. And now, girls are going to start working their way in towards the B site. Camden College leaning in the wrong direction, but maybe relying on these double duelist ultimates for the retake. FIU Val GC maybe attempting to use the lockdown, but instead they're just going to walk their way all the way out onto site, and Ash is just going to get this bomb down. Easy peasy, planted wide open for just about everything. And now Mitchie could throw down this lockdown for a checkmate, playing underneath site. Another smoke comes through, and that's the Rolling Thunder for Camden College. Doesn't tag onto very much. Mitchie uses the...
No, it's not Mitchie's cage. It's not Mitchie's ult.
1 enemy remaining.
Orbital strike invested from Lou as well, and actually takes down her teammate. And Mitchie is going to die to Apple, who's now detained. Lou is going to chase down this frag. Apple caught in the corner, but Lou might have given away the opportunity to win this round, but so little time for Apple. They're going to have to stick this bomb the rest of the way. Cannot come off of it, and even when they do, Lou ready and waiting. FIU Val GC. It got a little messy there, a couple of team kill ultimates, but all in all...
back-to-back ultimates. Hard to tell whose team placed what.
Yep. In the end, it was CCC who threw in the Breeze Rolling Thunder, and Lou's Orbital Strike was quickly followed by Mitchie's Killjoy Lockdown. I think that...
And then Little Cloud also used their...
No, Little Cloud still has theirs online.
Oh, they did. Okay.
So, Camden College, yeah. They didn't use the Orbital Strike, though, crucially. So, they will have an unanswered Orbital Strike. Normally, you use it to counter the lockdown, but I believe that King was dead on that first attempt. A couple of people fighting over this A main position, and FIU Val GC a little slow on the approach, might find themselves a bit pinched here. Upper Moon 1 quickly eating up this flank, and CCC is pretty confident that this is going to be an A hit. Scouting out with the boom bod, and Ash capitalizes off the back of it. Now Upper Moon 1 continues to run them down in the back. Amandita's going to use this showstopper to get into sight. Stealth drone doesn't reveal very much, and yeah, nobody going to be home in heaven. Lou taken down from main. Upper Moon 1 gets that kill, and this is a Waylay ultimate thrown in over the top as well. Ash is going to throw down a flash to try and give her teammate some space, and there it is. All of the utility from FIU Val GC perfectly placed, and the classic for Ash not going to be necessary. Mitchie takes down Upper Moon 1. And even throwing in that Waylay ultimate over the top, simply unable to break this FIU VAL GC post-plant hold.
I feel like that was a bit on their fault. They were not holding B site. Fool me once, shame on me.
That's
Fool me
right.
twice, shame on you.
It's just so difficult with the weapon disadvantage. You mentioned so many angles that they can get peeked from. You can't really hold with a shotgun or else you're going to get shot in the side. So CCC caught between a rock and a B site place. Fortunately for them, FIU is going to look to make their way in towards the A site. Stealth drone reveals a lot of information drop. Nobody going to be playing up there, and Amandita is going to work her way back up towards this Raze showstopper. Mitchie playing with the help of Jin. And actually, Amandita is going to be melted by those nano swarms, continuing to spam through, and Low Cloud never expected Mitchie's drop. Jin's good for the trade, and it's a 3-on-3 for FIU VAL GC. Both ultimates for the CCC A-side anchors now gone, but Upper Moon 1 and Aegis on the quick flank back through main. Stunning up Lou as well underneath the site. She's got so much work ahead of her, and Apple takes a bite out of Lou, and the Cougars striking back well here in round 9.
Good? Take a sec if you need.
Great job from the quick flank. I think that CCC might have found the answer to these FIU VAL GC attack rounds, just consistently finding that value on the quick flank. Upper Moon 1 had it 2 rounds ago, and M and Aegis, again, eating up this space behind them. They're going to go for another aggressive B main exec, but FIU VAL GC is just going to walk up the other side. Grabbing the orb in A main, Jin's going to use some Teho utility as well, just to clear out some of this space. Mitchie might find herself challenging an angle here shortly, and Apple is going to take her down. FIU now lacking a killjoy. Lou might sniff something out. Turning around, but she's got knife in hand, and Upper Moon 1 waiting in their spawn. Amandita takes a duel and beats out Lil Cloud for it, and actually Jin catches King as well. So many people now starting to crowd around these FIU VAL GC players. Ash ready for the Neon and actually catches her mid-slide. Runs back towards an empty A site and might even drop the bomb off to Amandita to give her the plant, but no. Instead, going to stick it for main. Upper Moon 1, though, could cause problems, and there it is. A 3K good for the Waylay. 1 away from that Waylay Transcendent Paths, I believe. It's just left onto Jin, playing top drop. Bullet fired, now revealing her position on site. Upper Moon 1 swings the angle, but Jin's readjustment is good. Waiting for Apple, knows that they're playing out by drop, and Apple swings wide. Unable to secure the kill, though. Jin gives it another tap, and Apple's going to walk their way in through main. Jin looks challenged on that initial peak, but she actually might fall. There it is! The breach aftershock just punishes the Teho for her hubris. And FIU VAL GC giving away round number 10.
Can we go back to attacking B site?
Yeah, Camden County College, I talked about it. The quick wraps have just been so fruitful for them. And it's this challenge here, this triple stack in front of B main for them that has just been eating.
They listened to me.
FIU VAL GC alive. Yeah, they're gonna look to challenge again, but it's another 3-on-3. The Transcendent Pass come through, and Upper Moon 1 good for 2 more.
Spike down B.
Still challenging ahead, and Lou's only good to take down the Duelist Demon for the Cougars. Bomb has been dropped, and even though Mitchie might grab an ultimate orb, still so far away from a secure round. Pings come out all across the map, but the bomb's stuck in no man's land. FIU VAL GC have a mountain ahead to climb. The smoke for CCC may drop shortly. Bullet spams come through. Brimstone, excuse me, not spotted.
Launching missile.
They're going to use a Teho missile to attempt to clear out some of these close angles. Mitchie actually Gets a nice little spot, but a player playing close underneath. Mitchie and Jin, the adjustments! What? Surely not! Surely I had to have been dreaming because FIU Val GC pulling a rabbit out of the hat. Camden College never the wiser. Unbelievable. There's no way that the B site just grants them the magical powers to win that round. Unreal. From these Panthers, FIU Val GC cutting the momentum's legs straight out from under them. CCC, a one-man wrecking crew behind the power of Upper Moon 1, but FIU Val GC, on the other hand, a well-oiled machine. Everybody contributing across the board. Jin and Mitchie clawing that round back in a 4-on-2. Possible, not improbable, but completed nevertheless. Now the timeout has been called, and FIU Val GC forcing CCC to play the rest of this game without a timeout. I mean, the coach has just got to be furious after that blunder, but they should have at least some decent chunk of change to spend into this one. It is going to be a broken bye. Rifles mostly, but an SMG and Bucky also in the hands of Cloud and Aegis respectively. They're going to bunker up towards this side position, and they're using ultimates, but nobody is going to be home for FIU Val GC. It's a crunch looking to punish one player, but no players will be found. She has this Killjoy lockdown to place underneath the site.
You should
run. FIU has just continued to eat this space for breakfast. They could use that orbital strike, and there it is. Now invested in Ash, looking the wrong way, but all these players walking their way out of sight. They have a post-plant setup. Mendita hiding in heaven. Jin actually takes quite a bit of damage. They're going to use this Killjoy lockdown to look to get back on, but that's going to be the Tejo ultimate layered in over the top. Upper Moon 1 is good for 4. Off screen, unbelievable stuff, and Mendita now left to win an impossible 1v4. Certainly improbable the last time, but now in a 1v4, FIU Val GC fall to give Camden County College their 4th. Going into the half, it's an 8-4. FIU Val GC come in with the lead on this second half of Fracture. Brilliant play from Upper Moon 1 on the Waylay. Crunch from CCC, pretty well thought out. But FIU Val GC is just uncertain of their locations because they didn't have anyone listening for these players underneath. So Camden County just escaping with so much value. FIU Val GC.
Can't blame them too much. Maybe the headsets broke again.
That's a good one. FIU Val GC going for their tried and true dish push. This was Amandita Pochita special back in spring of 2024, and it's going to be Jin who takes up Ange's mantle. Lose the first one to challenge with the Bandit, and King is dropped to their knees. FIU Val GC still dominating with the advantage, and Amandita peeks out with the help of this Killjoy Turret. Gonna throw in a nade up over the top and forcing Upper Moon 1 back. FIU still with the player advantage, but the health the best for these players. He's already quite on HP, and Blue takes down Low Cloud again. Another headshot for the captain. The Bandit for Lou, stealing these kills away, and Upper Moon 1's going to give a challenge to Jin that they simply will not win. FIU Val GC come out of the second pistol with a flawless round.
Come on, you guys. I'll let them lose to B again. In my opinion, B-site's one of the hardest ones to manage on Fracture.
That's true, and Camden County is posing up for what looks to be a serious B-rush.
Oh, not B-site.
Nobody from FIU Val GC really in the right spot to be defending these, but she throws down an early alarm bot and will be able to back herself away, but alarm bot to at least deter some of this initial push. It's a nano swarm thrown in as well. FIU, the ship a little bit, but Amandita is going to be challenging. Guardian in hand, and she's just going to get overwhelmed. Low Cloud takes her down. And now, CCC making their way back towards this A site, but FIU have battened down the hatches. Everybody parking the bus, and that alarm bot should give them an inkling. The Cougars are planning an A hit. Goal and challenge upper one here on drop. And FIU still garnering pretty solid information. 45 seconds remain in the round, and CCC haven't really made a ton of progress, but now finally the time tick lower and lower and work their way back in towards the B site.
30
The
seconds
first
left.
line of defense. She steps up a little closer, and there it is, a first spot, an initial player noted on this exec. She's got no utility to play with. So much pressure on her. The Neon slides up towards her, but Mitchie takes her down. Bulldog in hand, Upper Moon 1, good for the punish. Ash is looking to challenge, and she's got some flashes to work with, but it's the backstab from Lil Cloud, who takes her down. Guardian shots from Lou are able to be centered and confirmed, but 3 players stuck on this site, forced to be rooted out, and Apple takes down Lou. Jin's position revealed by those guided salvo. King is playing up so close and personal with his classic in hand, and Jin was not certain of that close angle. CCC capitalize on a disjointed FIU defense, and they're going to claim that eco round, maybe throwing this game into a tailspin.
He loves those close angles. Behind a box, behind the other box.
Smoke.
In the smoke.
Everybody, all the angles, they've got to be close.
A true controller at heart.
If it ain't close, it ain't comfortable for King on the Brimstone. FIU VAL GC setting up a bit of a trap here in A main. Contacts come through. It's abandoned in the hands of Jin, waiting for this stun contact, and Low Cloud is going to take down Amandita. It's a nice, solid stun, and Jin takes a swing, but is now forced to back away. Holding a pretty aggressive angle, and the Neon's going to swing and slide her way into an entry. Jin taken down, and FIU now left on just 3 members. Camden County so aware. They're going to call to swap sites again, expecting FIU to early rotate back towards E, but calling it again. CC, you mentioned all these fakes.
It's the map of fakes. That's why it's the worst map. You never know when they're going to come and get you.
Like the jump scare executes, but Ash is going to be the first line of defense against the CCC exec, and the smoke comes down. A saturate as well. FIU all more knowledgeable, and Aegis is going to look for a swing. Low Cloud spams through the smoke and takes down Mitchie. Now up to 3, could be on for an ace. Ash creeps up into the smoke, and Aegis could be the one that looks to punish. Playing up close and personal. Lou continuing to watch the flank, but as this time is ticking away, they're just going to be playing for exits. No chance. Hell for them.
Flash out.
This round
Last player
outright. Upper
standing.
mid one's going to take some
Blinding.
peppering damage, but
Flash out.
a whole lot more in Aegis's wide swing with the stinger. Means that CCC are up to 6.
Don't stress if I die. It was great knowing you all. Also, delete my hard drive.
Mitchie, what's on your hard drive? That's a good question to ask of the day. Hopefully it's plans on how to stop them faking.
Yep, CCC literally still missing their timeout, so FIU VAL GC do have at least the coaching advantage. But it's going to be CCC posing for another fast B execute. Mitchie can find herself under duress once more. Early stealth drone is going to reveal at least one. Where's the zip line? That's going to be the lockdown invested from Lil Cloud. You can see them underneath, and there goes. Attacking Killjoy. Covering this side, and Mitchie's going to try and stand her ground. entertaining for these players. And all of this aggression, Upper Moon 1's going to take her down and get a dink. Onto Apple, the breach for Camden County, but
Spike planted.
still so far away from back into this round. It's a nice flash, cool opportunity, but that's going to be a saturate invested up over the top. Upper Moon 1 is getting out of dodge, but Jin takes down Apple, stabbing it in that competition, and Lou. Nice Phantom Spray control. Up one.
Lose.
Last player standing.
Still a lot of work to do. Both mollies will be shot out, so the Neon is first challenge. Amandita good for one player in main as well.
I
Then
defuse
gives the
things
kid
in my
this
sleep.
bomb a tap, and it's a jump spot swing. Camden County playing with the fundamentals you love to see. They're going to get themselves up to 7, really causing some headaches for FIU on this defense.
Surprised Coach Popsky hasn't called a timeout yet.
Yep, not choosing to interject, maybe expecting that FIU VAL GC after this eco round could see a timeout if they don't start to turn things around soon. Lou does have the orbital strike. Would have loved to have it last round to counter that low cloud lockdown, but unfortunately, the cards now. FIU is going to be the one that plays with some aggression. Aegis is going to be scouted out, and that's going to be spams coming through. Jin going to trade Lil Cloud, and still some damage. Delta Cross as well. Jin's double share of kills mean that she's got her ult online now as well. Mechi's playing up in heaven with this classic. Knows that the Neon is coming up close and personal, but the right clicks are unable to secure the kill. Jin's going to use this Tejo Armageddon maybe. Continuing to get spammed down. He's going to use a guided salvo. King
Spike planted.
going to be in some trouble. Spamming away, but can't pick up the kill. 2 players for Camden County are so dangerously low. How does FIU's utility get them back into this round? Takes the rope down.
Last player
Upper
standing.
Moon 1 punishes onto the Tejo. Sheriff in the hands of Ash. Flicky with the shots, but able to connect. Now could find herself overwhelmed, but Aegis swings a little ahead of the curve. Brimstone is now out wide. Ash throws a stun in the direction of the Neon. It actually picks up the kill onto King as well. Time now starting to get so low, and Neon is holding the cross. It's the waylay for Camden County. Upper Moon 1 cuts her down once more, and FIU VAL GC. Another one. 4 straight. The Camden County has won after FIU wins the pistol.
Not a bad eco.
No, not in the
4 out of
slightest.
5. Rain graded was 5 out of 5.
But still, the money for CCC, especially because they won on an eco, has just ballooned in uncontrollably. They've got money for days. FIU VAL GC are swapping up the Killjoy's position, knowing that she's on the A site now. Going to be a walkout towards drop. Just 2 players anchoring this A site. Ash tasked with doing so much on this exec. CC jumping about, but it's FIU who are looking for a bit of a backstab. Walking knives out, but find themselves in some trouble, and that's Jin taken down. Recalling Thunder comes through, and Mitchie can find herself in trouble on site. There's a stun that comes through as well, and Ash will be punished. Jumping ahead is Amandita, but the Phantom Spray simply can't be controlled.
Spike planted.
Use the waylay teleport, but Luke cannot get the kill in time. Upper Moon 1. A demon in the server. FIU VAL GC are tied at 9.
And there's timeout.
There it is. Coach Popsky finally going to pump the brakes on this game, but really is a tale of 2 scoreboards. FIU VAL GC balanced across the board. Everybody in double digits. And meanwhile, for Camden County, it has been the Upper Moon 1 show, 24-10.
Upper Moon and friends.
Upper Moon 1 and friends. Kokushiba, if we're in specific, if we're given the governments. But Camden County has looked good. All in all, on this attacking side, both teams looked very good on the
It is attack-heavy
execs.
map, though. Fence is the weak point.
Maybe 4 was all CCC needed to scrap this game back together. Eco round, really the change of fortune for FIU VAL GC. They've got so much work to do to get themselves proper positions to make a go of this one.
There's so many angles, so few players.
I feel like the Mitchie turret is getting broken just a bit too early for my liking. She's constantly under duress, forced to peek these angles aggressively.
And it looks like she's gonna stay under duress.
Yep. Solo anchoring the B side. FIU VAL GC are going to look for something aggressive, and it's going to be an A push out. Walking their way up. Help of a raised nade. Low Cloud. Hiding in this close corner. Amandita doesn't clear. So many players ahead, and it's 2 quick headshots for Lil Cloud. Another challenger stepping up. And Lou's going to be the one that wins the duel out. Bruised and battered as she is, Mitchie Sheriff is not going to be the weapon for the job, and Upper Moon 1 has the Waylay ultimate ready for an exec, but the bomb is left in spawn! Oh no! Camden County may have made a grave error. Lou's going to be the one taking first contact behind this smoke. They've got some utility to clear her out. A Waylay ultimate to boot, but a tough position to root. It was very low, so even just a bit of damaging utility would be enough. I don't know if CCC has without an exec.
30 seconds left.
30 seconds, time continuing to tick. It's another smoke going down for Lou. Keeping these players locked out, and they've got to swing through a smoke sooner or later. It's a stun coming through, a Waylay dash out, and Lou is punished. Ash peeking ahead and challenging, but can't steady the shots. FIU VAL GC nearly pulling another miracle round out with the help of some CCC errors, but unfortunately for them, the double list feature of the Cougars composition.
This is Mitchie's fault.
This is Mitchie's fault.
Mitchie was saying Ash was playing good yesterday.
Oh,
This is Mitchie's fault.
I don't think I'm gonna place the blame solely on Mitchie. There's Camden Camden County College playing incredible. There's Mitchie grabbing the first blood of the round, but they're walking ahead. Mitchie is holding her teammates back again. Amandita takes down King.
Spike down B.
And the ultimate for FIU VAL GC, the double ultimate. Keeping players at bay. Mitchie teaming up with the rest of her friends, and Camden County has a lot of work to do. Claim this spike.
Mitchie heard me.
Yeah, Mitchie locked in. She said, whoa, I heard Lumi.
Go get him.
Lumi had something to say. Listen, and we judge. Corners, and Amandita is going to be the one taking first contact. Apple, sharper on the draw. 5 on 2 turned to a 4 on 2. It always happens one at a time. Eho guided salvo. Doing to hey, it's aftershock thrown in up over the top, but Jin swings and dies. Ash ready behind her though. Great shots with the Vandal. FIU VAL GC finally stem the bleeding and tie us up at 10.
Leave it to me. I'll rough them up.
They need to stop playing so aggressive on defense.
Well, I don't know. That defensive round where they were playing a little ahead of their...
It did work out, but it did not work out when you're watching the bomb.
That is true. That's true. I mean, it just depends. They have to be playing ahead, and the bomb can't ban spawn.
Yeah.
It's a real hassle to thread that needle, but FIU VAL GC. Their due diligence, walking ahead now. Challenging these players, spamming away.
Blinding.
The CCC is going to post up for an exec. The turret fully blind up in heaven. The Waylay throws a saturate, not to tag anybody. It's a guided salvo that does some damage. Apple already pretty low, but both these players are executing out onto the site.
This is how it ends.
She scouted out, but that guided salvo, Annihilation Season takes down all of these ultimates. Lou clearing these corners, but not close enough. Lil Cloud takes her down, and FIU ValGC now in a 2-on-2. Bomb in the hands of the Cougars. Still plenty of danger left in this round.
Cougars taking it to A site.
There it is. He's getting the bomb down.
Spike
Going to be
planted.
far away from these ultimates.
Launching smoke.
Smoke drop. This backstab could be everything for
One
Low
enemy
Cloud, but
remaining.
Mitchie is so aware. Ready for the killjoy, and now it's just left onto the Brimstone. No ultimate in hand. They've got the Brim Molly, but not a whole lot more. They're going to use the guided salvo to try and flush a player out from underneath sight. They're quickly clearing their corner. The stun is thrown in towards main, and it doesn't come through in time. It's a spam out onto the kill, and that Molly might have come through a bit too early. FIU with plenty of time, even as this Molly begins to tick away. Mitchie's going to tank some of the damage, but never a threat. Losing this round, FIU ValGC, 2 full seconds left on the defuse, and they'll take the lead once again. What feels like for the first time in forever.
Feels like ages.
So, if we're looking at the scoreboard now, we've got 15 kills for all 5 members of FIU ValGC. Then, on the other side, there's
Almost 30 for the Waylay.
Placing sentry.
that's it really is a tale of two
Placing swamp
styles.
grenade.
CCC
Placing
has done
swamp
a
grenade.
phenomenal job of setting up Upper Moon 1 throughout this game. But FIU ValGC, all for one and one for all. Taku and my hero, Nito, creeping forward with the help of a flash. They're going to try and challenge this Waylay. Early on the angle, hiding away from the saturate, and that's a free stun that actually comes through. Ash is forced to back away. The trade of utility actually a little bit hurtful for the side of CCC. They're going to use that Raze ultimate as well. Everybody throwing their ultimates up over the top, but FIU ValGC are the ones that exhaust the full
Destroyed.
breach kit in the process. Amandita still so aggressive, peeks Aegis in main and takes them down, not even taking a bullet for her trouble. As these players walk their way up in towards heaven, the alarm bot is going to scout out onto a couple. Low Cloud is taken down pretty low. He's going to get this
Spike
bomb
planted.
planted, and Mickey is going to invest this lockdown. Spam should come through for the side of Camden County. How do they clear out this lockdown? Just on the other side, and one player is going to be detained. Amandita is going to stick this bomb at least up to half. He's going to stick it the whole way. FIU ValGC unafraid on this defuse, and for good reason. Cutting them down and slamming the door shut on a CCC side hold.
Pros don't fake.
Pros do not fake, and just as I mentioned that FIU had 15 kills across the board, they bumped that up nearly 1 apiece. Only Ash not getting involved in the party. And it's actually FIU ValGC who are prompted to call timeout, looking to ice the game here in round 23. All they need is a single round win to put this one away and head to their map pick of Lotus. But of course, CCC do have this Neon Ultimate in hand and full rifles across the board. Tough looks for Camden County.
Tough looks for both teams. Well, both have full buys.
But FIU ValGC lacking ultimates everywhere.
Yeah.
Closest is 4 of 8. Meanwhile, Camden County does have the overdrive.
But they
for
only
Aegis.
have the overdrive. All the other ultimates are way offline. One saying 4-way.
I think the game plan for FIU ValGC has to be locate the Waylay, kill the Waylay.
Bot coming back.
As soon as CCC is missing that primary fragging power, feels like the executes just kind of lose steam.
Placing
IGL can only IGL while playing alive.
Nice stun for FIU ValGC. They've dominated the A main control, and that's where CCC has bundled themselves up. FIU conditioning this early A aggression, and CCC is just going to wait it out. Now finally, Upper Mid 1 takes the first contact. Hearing these angles, Vita is going to be the first one to challenge. Flash comes through, but nobody's opening that drop door. is still so happy to hold this angle, waiting for people to creep into her crosshair, and a disgusting shot for the FIU Val GC duelist, still playing in top site, but Aegis spams her down. Now FIU Val GC forced to hold with so few players on this site. CCC planting the metaphorical flag and the literal spike, but a nice missile from
Spike
Jin is
planted.
going to deter these players from playing tight in this cubby, and Aegis is good for 2 on the round. The hero thus far, a 3rd for the Neon. Camden County on the back of their Neon could absolutely force us into a near overtime, hiding underneath the site. A couple
One
attacks on the
enemy
Vandal,
remaining.
but nothing to be rewarded to them. Mitchie now left in a 1-on-4, hides away from the stun, but still all these players facing her down. She'll spam, she'll tap away, but nobody gifting her a single frag as the time is getting shorter and shorter. The Brimstone finally swings out. But FIU Val GC taking some weapons with them, but no more. CCC, a lifeline for them, granted by the Neon. Aegis didn't even invest the overdrive. They'll still have that ultimate heading into the final round before a potential overtime.
I should stop talking. The second I start talking, they start performing.
No. We've still got plenty to look forward to for FIU Val GC, and that includes Blue being 2 away from the orbital strike. She gets an orb, she gets a frag. And FIU Val GC find themselves with a powerful tool to clear out these post-plant positions. It looks like Camden County is going to once again attempt to hit this A site. Blue is holding drop and doesn't mind very much. It's an early stun to slow down the CCC approach once more, and Amandita goes back to old reliable, playing this top site position. A little faster on the draw this time. Camden County flashing ahead, and Amandita holding the same angle. Fool them once. Shame on you, but fooling them. Get fooled again. Amandita spamming the Vandal away, and Upper Moon 1 is going to take a bullet. Much more. Oh, the Jin spam is punished by the Waylay. And Lu did grab that orb on drop, so she is 1 away from that orbital strike. Lil Cloud would be serving themselves up into a whole heap of trouble. Lu jiggling on the angle, sees the bullet dragged from Lil Cloud, but now it's just left onto Amandita to hold the line against so many players. The Waylay can't even fall. It's a double stun, and Amandita is as good as gone. Now left onto Mitchie in a 1-on-5. The weight of the
30
world on her
seconds left.
shoulders. The Neon sliding
Spike
across,
planted.
challenging an initial angle, but Camden County is locking her away, slamming her into the attic, stuck in heaven. Spamming through the smoke, she'll pick up 1, but Aegis jumps through with the shorty, and that is the dagger that sends Camden County into overtime.
Sides.
Here.
Impressive first map.
Yeah, both teams so evenly matched here. It was an 8-4 for each team on their attacking sides, and now FIU Val GC once again greeted with the opportunity to give themselves the lead, to put CCC on the back foot. No operators bought. Crucial part of the overtime process, but neither team is going to invest in them, lock down one of these
But
angles.
this isn't really an operator map. I feel like it would be detrimental.
Yeah, against the breach especially, pretty hard to find value, but with how often these teams are dry peeking one another, I don't know, a wrinkle operator in overtime might be the answer they're looking for, but Ash takes down Upper Moon 1, trading for Amandita's life. Not exactly a 1-to-1 trade, but FIU Val GC has got to be feeling good about taking the top fragger off the board for CCC. They take the zipline across, and now turn to circle. The Cougars feeling hunted themselves. Playing in a tight spot. Neon dashing away, holding this initial B main position, and CCC is too afraid to peek out or towards satellite. Orb going to be picked up for Mitchie with a bomb plant. She could have a lockdown that locks out the Cougars from this round. She's going to plant safe. expecting that she's got a safe position here, and that's going to be
My ultimate
the
is
aftershock
ready.
invested and missed. And she could throw down this lockdown now and really apply some pressure. Just waiting for them to get in position, and there it is. Lockdown invested. These players might try and swing out. They're going to throw a stun at her position. Amali on top as well, but Mitchie is still holding the line. Lockdown will be broken, but the stun comes through, and Jin Spray mows down 2, and Ash takes the first contact. Jin has the salvos as well. Low Cloud. How do they defuse this bomb? A tap on the bomb, and the salvo comes through. Jin still playing up in heaven, but Ash swings the corner with the help of a flash, and Low Cloud had no shot at winning that round. Beautifully played from FIU Val GC. The prioritization of the ultimate orbs and knowing that Upper Moon 1 was dead. FIU Val GC just come out on top, and fortunately for Camden County, entering overtime, they will have an extra timeout to burn.
That was flawless. Just need to hope that they go to B-site. You have more B-site wins.
I mean, at this point, I don't even know if it matters what site they hit. It just needs to be FIU swinging together, playing these fundamentals properly. Hopefully, Coach Popsky really giving them a hard time in this timeout. I want him to really push the fundamentals, because FIU Val GC been sloppy a little bit on these defensive rounds, one at a time, peeking angles and getting punished by very solid setups from Camden County. But Florida International, far from a sealed deal. They've got a lot they can still rely on. Once again, it's going to be a overtime operator round. Camden County counting on this attacking round to keep them in the game. It's going to be a heavy stack up towards Satellite. Investing the waylay dash, the breach stun. Not finding a whole lot. FIU Val GC crunch onto that attacker side spawn, but don't see anything at all now. Sides may have been flipped a little bit. Feeling their possession. No, nobody's going to hit that door. So FIU Val GC walking in through main, and Medita wanders into the line of fire, but will instead be forced to back away. The spams come through for Aegis and nearly deal a fatal blow to FIU Val GC. Mitchie left to solo anchor this B side, and the Killjoy walks into her crosshair and falls. Mitchie is not able to confirm the transfer, and Apple takes her down. Now CCC running full speed towards this B site. It's an exec through, and Mitchie's utility
I'm out of here. Dark good.
left littering the ground. Nothing to be active. King is going to plant in quite open
Spike
positions, so
planted.
plenty of positions to play in the post plant. FIU Val GC, a two-thronged defensive retake. 2 away from orbital strike, and as the smoke drops, it's going to be Amandita who takes the duel, and Aegis falls. Another spot onto Apple, knows that the breach is half HP. Can't dodge the flash though, and multiple players completely blinded up. For FIU Val GC, the shorty can't confirm the kill, but Upper Moon 1 does. And Camden County College
Switching sides.
down but not out, continuing this overtime streak, 13-13.
It's looking like that Fnatic and who did they play
Eternal
today?
Fire game.
Yeah.
It's an EMEA staple. Both teams running heavy utility compositions. One team carrying, that is the Alpha Year of Camden County College, and FIU Val GC just looking to hold on. Still, everybody pretty happy with their performance individually. But it really has been a singular raid boss for the side of CCC. Early Tejo drone doesn't reveal much. Is going to pop that stealth drone, and frankly not very stealthy at all. It's an FIU full exec towards this A site. They're out, they're about, and Amandita is the one to cut down the waylay.
Bomb buddy out.
The critical kill once again comes through on the first blood for FIU Val GC, and CCC would be in a tough spot on this retake. Low Cloud still 2 away from this lockdown. They're throwing the post-plant utility. FIU Val GC playing all off of sight. Lou takes down Aegis on the retake, but Apple backstabs for 2. And Medita swings wide, but can't confirm the kill. Now it's just left onto these players playing top sight. There's mollies. There's salvos. But is there enough time for FIU Val GC to win it? King takes down Mitchie. Now Jin has to step up and answer. Another tap on the defuse, and the salvo might have bought enough time. Jin kills Lil Cloud, and there's nothing that CCC can do. FIU Val GC emerge 14-13. The post-plant composition reigns supreme here on Fracture.
Stay in range of my stim beacon. We'll mow them down.
Jin and 6th member Spike.
Yep. Jin, Spike, and Salvo. It's the troublesome trio for FIU Val GC here in map number 1. Camden County really wish they could have that one back a couple seconds earlier on the defuse, and they absolutely are a shoo-in to win the round. Mitchie aggressive on the swing, and Aegis takes her down. Another peek, and Amandita throws in the nade. Camden County does have a bit of damage invested, but Lou takes down Upper Moon 1. A bit ahead on that dive in through Graffiti. The spams come through, and Amandita layers in a bit of damage, but not much more. Going spotted by that initial turret peak.
Spike planted.
And FIU Val GC now have some smokes to invest on the retake. Aegis takes down Amandita for their trouble.
Launching smoke.
It's a smoke invested as well. Lou, one more left to throw in on this retake, but it's only 2 players remaining, and so low is Lou on this Brimstone. Lil Cloud swinging around, but it's a nice flash for Ash.
Clearing out.
Ooh, one away from this orbital strike. She finds this neon in heaven, and all of a sudden there's absolutely a chance for them to get back into this round. Aegis spams them out from heaven. A tap on the bomb, and Aegis swings forward. The orbital strike invested, and Lou's going to try and throw one down at her back. But so much left to do, and King is going to keep this overtime going. We go again! 14-14, FIU Val GC not out of the woods yet.
Telling you, it's a Fnatic game.
It is. It is the Fnatic game. Upper Moon 1 still at 31. Really slowed down since the end of that regular time, but the 3K in their overtime attacking round, the first overtime attacking round, what got them here in the first place. FIU Val GC going back to the well here on A. Not expecting the Killjoy utility to be set up. Gonna use this AO stealth drone to clear out some utility, and not actually going to spot the Killjoy alarm bot. Early rotate is the answer for CCC. Mitchie's going to be vulnerable to up with the help of that alarm bot. Amandita might try and exec out onto the site. Smokes are ready to be thrown down as soon as this first one drops. Turret will be shot down, and playing top side is Lil Cloud. The spams come through, but Amandita's aiming the wrong way. Now FIU Val GC without their duelist, they know the Killjoy is playing top site. There's so much that they need to clear. How do they get this Killjoy off the angle? And it's Lou coming through the captain for FIU. But FIU a little boxed up. Upper Moon 1 has got a backstab ready and waiting. The neon jump spots are dangerous. They're positioning, and King catches the better of Jin. Mitchie still watching her back, uncertain of this Waylay's position. The Brimstone creeps back into a safe spot.
30 seconds left.
Lou is one away from this orbital strike, and the Brimstone spotted in heaven but can't confirm the kill. Lou is going to have the orbital strike off that bomb plant, and Ash is going to throw down a stun to try and stall this retake. Upper Moon 1 dashing out onto the site. The orbital strike comes through, and Ash cannot stand her ground. Camden County College undeterred by an FIU exec. And they're going to get that defuse off the back of a King 4K.
Matching sides.
Ruling over that A site. FIU Val GC will need to win a defensive round in order to keep us going.
How many defensive rounds did we win?
4. CCC has also won 4. Well,
Okay.
5 now. technically counting the overtime one. FIU VAL GC. It was difficult, but they've won them before. But leaving him in, or Mitchie, excuse me, to anchor this A site solo could have disastrous consequences.
I think it's a smarter play than just auto-peeking and dying.
That's true. That is true. 20 seconds on the default, but Camden County is slowly eating up this space in A main. It's going to be an exec, and Mitchie's going to be the one facing the challenge. They're throwing breach utility. The smokes come through as well. Mitchie will not be smoked off, but she can only muster some damage. FIU posing up for a retake now. They're throwing in the salvos. They're looking to get some extra damage layered in up on top of the CCC players. The spams come through, but nobody ready for it yet. It's an early smoke for A main and FIU VAL GC. They retake this 5-on-5. They've got the nade. They're throwing utility out under the site, and the spams come through for main. A flash as well, and double traded for Camden County. Blue takes down Aegis, and that's going to be an orbital strike thrown in up over the top. How's the time looking for that defuse? Oh.
Plenty of spare.
Yeah. Sorry for the over-dramatization. Normally I try to avoid that, but the orbital strike really covered up that bomb.
5 seconds.
5 full seconds left. FIU VAL GC never had a doubt.
Overtime.
That is now 5 defensive rounds, 1 per team.
They're so secure.
30 rounds eclipsed. And FIU VAL GC. Haymaker after haymaker thrown and survived.
This is my fault. I thought we were going to be home by 9.
Yep. Lumi said before the stream started, don't worry, it's going to be an early night. We're home by 9. Well.
And this is the first map.
Yep. Map 1 is.
And then map 2. Another 30 rounds.
Knocking on the wooden desks.
Yeah.
FIU VAL GC once more on the attack. Camden County is posing for a high-low in graffiti. Slowly clears these angles. Aegis jiggles but doesn't spot. Finally a spot out onto the neon. Bullet tagged in the shoulder. Well thrown through. Neon backs away. It's an early nade to keep these players out on the site. It's a stun flash thrown in up over the top. And Amandita holds the line. Another fast kill. A flash comes through, and Apple is able to turn it in time.
Go get him.
Amandita dumps the alarm bot down, but Lou's going to die from main. King and Lil Cloud crowd the site, and FIU VAL GC overwhelmed and taken down again.
Matching sides.
Switching sides to match point. FIU VAL GC once again on the back foot. Need another defensive round win. Running out of steam. The very last hurdle. FIU VAL GC.
Placing sentry.
Tasked with defending these sites once more
cool.
against the
That's how
CCC
you
onslaught.
survive.
The double duelist composition. Finds the information, finds everything
Placing
they need.
alarm bot.
That's going to be early sound made over towards the B site. So escaping the pressure initially, but Amandita falls.
One
A scan onto the waylay, and Jin might try and spam her away. Plant comes
Launching
through for
missile.
King, and that's going to be a salvo
Spike
dumped in on the
planted.
top. The Brimstone is going to take some damage.
Missile
For
deployed.
their trouble, they're throwing a salvo in as well. A second up over the top. Have the flashes, the utility to get themselves back out onto the site. It's inside the smoke, and Lou is taken down by Upper Moon 1. Mitchie, quick trade. Now it's left onto Mitchie to walk up the back line. Can't catch Apple on the cross in transition, and now it's just left onto Jin on the 1-on-4. There's ultimates raining down from the sky, and CCC
Attackers win.
is the better team in the round, better team on the day. FIU VAL GC.
That was a close one.
Ball in round 32. A close map, like you mentioned, through and through. Everybody having their way with the frags. 11 plants for King, man. This guy is the bomb savant.
Yeah, 11.
Tons of first bloods for the side of Camden County, but FIU VAL GC simply coming up short. The last moment. We'll have to send it to a quick break. Yeah, Cougars are calling 5 minutes. So we'll be back after those 5 minutes. Don't go anywhere because we've got more FIU VAL GC action coming to you right after this. Welcome, welcome, one and all. We're back with more FIU VAL GC gaming, and of course, we're headed to the map of Lotus. This is FIU VAL GC's bread and butter, and they're reinventing the composition once again, swapping Amandita off of the Rays they were playing just a week ago, and instead gonna opt for the Neon.
Zoom, zoom.
Zoom, zoom, indeed. Amandita,
Mitchie on the fade.
yep. Oh God.
Ash.
Great
on
to have her
breach.
back. I was talking to them during the break, figuring out what was up with the late game composition swap, and even Coach Popsky mentioned that he was thrown for a loop every single time he saw them playing because he's like, I'm so used to seeing Mendita. I'm so used to seeing Mitchie on the initiator that
Yeah.
like I can't. It was hard to even picture
Yeah.
her playing the Killjoy.
Jin on her chamber. Blue on her Omen. This is a classic map. Classic picks.
Yeah, Upper Moon 1 hovering that breach. I would be fascinated to see them go away from the Waylay that they saw so much success with, or maybe even a second duelist. Low Cloud, once again, going to be playing a Sentinel, but this time the Vito be the pick. It's a Fade Omen Neon Mirror. That's not unsurprising. Jin's chamber has been a massive point of contact for this team. They've played so well around the chamber, and as time expires, both these picks are going to be locked in. There it is, the Breach and the Vito, both.
Interesting to switch from the duelist role onto the breach, especially when you're basically running the pack.
I was gonna say hard carrying is
Yeah.
yeah, when you're doing quite literally everything, it is a bit puzzling that you would be swapping yourself off of the Waylay, but Upper Moon 1 clearly has got some reps under their belt with this breach pick, and they're gonna
Let's
put
bring
their
this back to a debate I was having with some other committee members. What is the best duelist to smurf on? We were debating the Waylay and the Jet.
That works.
Melee and Jet. I feel like so when you're saying Smurf, you're obviously talking about playing on a different account, right?
Yeah.
And I think to factor into that, you'd be playing on an account that probably doesn't have every agent unlocked.
But you get one agent unlock.
That's true.
You get two, technically. One when you finish a tutorial, and another one when you finish the secondary tutorial.
I would probably say Jet, although right now Neon is probably the strongest duelist.
Gotta go.
Either way, both teams are going to be rocking in, and Camden County is going to be speeding their way into a B-side exec all the way out, and they've got the Vito to deny some of this utility. Mitchie's
Spike planted.
Prowler picks up onto one, but CCC has got so much control. They throw down the C's as well, and Mitchie is forced to hang back for just a moment. Ash was tagged quite low on that initial exec, but as they walk out onto the site, Low Cloud's looking the wrong direction.
Enemy
Mitchie
down.
takes down Aegis as well, but the bomb is planted for them here in CT. The smoke comes down, but now FIU Val GC might have just gifted them an opportunity to spam him out. Apple takes down Mitchie, but Lou is continuing to stick the defuse, nearly sticks it all the way through, but Apple finally steps up and steps through. 0.57 seconds away from securing that defuse, but Camden County College win a pistol for the first time tonight.
Gifted them the pistol.
Oh. Yep, some might say. They're going to be opting for another shotgun, unsurprisingly, on the Neon. It has been quite strong for her. Apple
Go, go,
might
go.
over towards that Outlaw as well. FIU Val GC not going to go for too much investment, just a single Ghost in the hands of Amandita. Apple holds the line, at least on the initial cross, but Amandita slips the net a little bit. Smoke goes up to help her cross back the other direction, but she's still gonna look to challenge this initial angle. Falls off from the flash and looks to step through, but is abandoned by her teammates. Uncoordinated on the swing, and FIU Val GC are continuing to linger inside of the smoke, but that haunt reveals them all.
Player standing.
Beautiful utility usage by Apple for CCC, and now Jin stuck waiting behind this tripwire outside of the C site. CCC is actually going to go orb hunting, finding their way the most advantageous path. Still waiting to put this bomb down.
I have the spike.
They know the chamber was near.
Didn't this connect?
Flawless.
I'm not sure. Did Jin disconnect? Might find ourselves at a bit of a pause here. She did disconnect that round. They called for a pause, but... Ooh.
A gift.
Called for a pause, but it looks as though Jin has now reconnected. I don't know how they're feeling about it all in all, but... Pause match timer on. There it is. All right.
Okay.
Everyone ready? No longer pausing the match timer. FIU VAL GC. Now with full buys for the first time. Jin did step up very close to the back of that C entrance to site. But GCC does have an outlaw. And 4 regen shields on the side of FIU VAL GC. Some headaches. Jin steps up, knife in hand, and Lil Cloud plucks her down. Nice flash. And Blue looks to spam these players down, but Ash is just going to be tethered up. Nearly punished, but the Breach is going to step through and fall.
Flash out.
Nice flash comes through, and Apple isn't
One
initially
enemy
tagged by it,
remaining.
and there it is. Ash dropped as well. Lou, half health on this Omen, 85. To be exact, the Veto to step through. He zap away some of this utility. The pings have come through for CCC. They know that Lou's position was at least at one point by this door. They expect her to be on the rotate once this bomb plant comes through. Lou's doing her due diligence, slowly clearing these angles, but Lil Cloud gets the better of her once more. CCC, flawless through 3.
What happened to our map pick?
It's 3 rounds, okay? FIU VAL GC was up 6-1 on Fracture, so we...
And we still lost!
Okay.
Not giving hope here.
No, no giving up hope. Where there is a will, there is a way. FIU VAL GC trying to build up into some of these ultimates,
Kick
but
them
CCC
out.
Snowball certainly dangerous, especially with the Outlaw in the hands of Apple once more. Jin is going to challenge this initial angle, and she will be flashed up and off of it. First shot rings out, but doesn't connect. That's going to be a smoke and aftershock combo that continues. Force FIU VAL GC to play with some respect, and Amandita punished by Lil Cloud, walking through that initial A smoke. That Prowler is going to scout out onto Jin as well. Close the classic, at least for a moment, but Upper Moon 1's going to be the one that sticks this spike commit. Paranoia comes through, and all the players for VAL GC are lined up. That's a really aggressive Fade Nightfall investment, and
Last
Lou with
player
just 1
standing.
point of health. There's nothing she can do, and Lil Cloud steps up to boot. 4-0. Camden County College.
I'll kill that Omen.
Looking good here on Lotus.
Coach paying off. We did manage to best them last season before they adopted this new coach.
Yeah, and it looks to have at least signaled a culture shift among Camden County College, considering most of the players remain the same.
Go, go!
From that roster they played just a semester ago, but of course this is still round robin games, so no elimination on the line yet for FIU VAL GC, but they want to show that they can still compete here in the round robin. Camden County, they fall here and to their game against Mizzou. That's 2 different teams that will topple them this season. Spamming away through the smoke, and Lou falls to King. Amanita steps up ahead, dodges the initial flash, but is looking the wrong way. Mitchie trades onto King, but Aegis takes down Initiator for FIU VAL GC.
Spike planted.
3-on-2 retake, but Jin is good for her second. 2-on-2. Still far away from that tour de force, and not that it would be much help here in the retake anyway. Ash has 2 flashes. An aftershock available. First flash.
Blinding.
Eye and blind.
Last player
They
standing.
find the initial contact. Nice stun. Forces Jin off of her initial peak. As she creeps closer and closer, the time becoming a factor. Neon is spotted, but the adjustment from Jin, not good enough. FIU Val GC drop another in a string of 5.
Charge and shoot. Easy enough. I'm out of here.
Deafening silence for FIU Val GC. It's been a tough go through these first quarter of this game. They'll once again be on a broken bye. Jin's gonna force up with the help of her ultimate, but still hassle for FIU Val GC to get themselves back into this one.
Where are you?
So dead.
Nice stun comes through, and that's going to be Jin now posted up on the aggressive A line.
Shadows traveling.
Plays for FIU Val GC leaning now other directions. Ash has got the Sheriff on the site, and she actually gets a spot out onto Lil Cloud, but backs up into her cubby, breaking that initial tripwire, and
We're going out.
nobody's going to be swinging just quite yet. Lou is playing up close and personal with the Spectre in hand. Lil Cloud calling the troops and getting ready for a smoke off exec onto this B site. They're going to throw the Aftershock through, but Lil Cloud has somewhat slipped the net. Gotten up pretty close to this angle here in B. Prowler comes through, but won't scout. It's going to be Jin who's challenged on this operator. Nice shot and kill onto Apple. But expecting her TP, and that Omen's going to make it all the way across. Jin a bit off on the angle, but Upper
Spike
Moon 1 a bit
down
off on
A.
the shot. FIU Val GC, the Star Chamber, has come back out to play Queen Vaughn as she's known. But to rotate
30
back towards the
seconds
C
left.
site, Lou should have heard this TP. King is just going to commit to the spike plant. Neon is going to gift Lou
Spike planted.
a free Vandal here in main. She's going to pick up that gun upgrade, and Lil Cloud is going to reveal their
One
position to
enemy
Amandita as
remaining.
well. Finally, Lou is looking the proper direction. This Omen still a thorn on sight. The stun comes through, and Lou gets a spot onto them. A paranoia comes through, and the Omen has got a lot to deal with playing here on the side. And Lou, the captain in IGL for FIU Val GC, wrestles a half-by round back for the Panthers, and they will find their first round here on Lotus.
That was a close round. And Lou, maybe they're playing headphoneless.
Okay.
No, with all the tech issues we're having tonight.
Yeah, it's believe me, it's not impossible by any means, but here it is. FIU Val GC have now equipped the big guns, literally and figuratively. Jin, operator in hand, she's going to be posted back up towards A. They're going to have an all-out brawl to get her set up on an aggressive line. Going to be playing near tree, but might find herself subjected to a stun.
Not another step.
Hides away from the initial one, but he's tagged by the Haunt, so she'll need the TP. Operator shot is fired, but Lou
Shadows traveling.
on the other side of the map. It's Jin dropping to that initial utility. Lil Cloud gets a kill in the heal on the regen, but Amandita centers the aim, converts the shot. And now it's a 2-on-2. King gets the bomb down,
Spike
and they're still
planted.
a bit away from the shadows. Lou has now re-cleared all of A main. Ash is playing slow and steady, waiting for the opportunity to retake. Lou's paranoia still an option for them. They clear all of these close cubbies. Could begin to get an inkling of this position. Flash comes through. They walk out onto the site. Oh, nice bait on the initial shot. Neon's gonna
Last
walk
player
through with the
standing.
help of that operator, and my oh my, CCC wrestling a victory from the jaws of
stay
defeat
alive.
again.
I hate making new friends.
But do drop the operator.
Not going to keep it for their attacking half, not believing in it, same way that FIU is valuing it. Amandita valiantly going to drop over her rifle to the Sentinels so she can use the overdrive.
That works.
Now aggressive play. Jin dodges the initial flash, and she's going to take down Aegis, finally expecting the exec on the C site. She'll have a good opportunity to maybe
There they are.
get herself back into this game, but she's stunned. Prowler scouting her out. The spams come through, but she is safe. Blue takes down Upper Moon 1, looking to get aggressive in CT, but King double trade back.
Planted.
Teleporting on this Omen, causing more concern as they stick the TP
Teleport's
towards the
ready.
B site. Ash is holding down this back line, expecting the Omen and taking him down. Prowler comes through, and Jin is good for her second, walking forward. That haunt doesn't reveal anybody except for the Cloud, who finally falls. Jin head on a swivel. 3K is good, and she actually is going to get closer towards. Oh no, they're not going to give her the defuse, instead sticking it for Mitchie. Going to get that Nightfall back online, but FIU Val GC 2 of 3 in Camden County College.
To checking corners.
I don't know. It's late into the night. FIU Val GC is the eepiness has started to set in. I asked Emendita, or I lamented with Emendita that we thought we would be out of here by 9. She's like, it's not a playoff game, right? And I said, no. And then she gave me the slyest smile I believe I've ever seen. So,
Don't lose for the sake of going home early.
whether her heart and soul are in it, who's to say? But FIU Val GC have a ton of work left to do. Keep themselves in this map. Jin expecting this push through on towards the C site. GC's going to do their due diligence to clear out these angles. The haunt doesn't reveal her. She's tucked tight behind the box, and the spams are enough to force her away from the angle. Ash initial Vandal shots are not good enough. Waiting for the spams, and Lou loses out the gunfight to Lil Cloud. A great trade from Ash, but now the smokes no longer an option for FIU Val GC on this retake. The bomb is planted. Not open enough for CCC to play off site and spam, but certainly in a tough spot for FIU Val GC to retake. They have the Nightfall available as well, and
your
Apple is ready to layer it in over the top. It's a flash that comes through as well, and FIU Val GC are still being delayed on this retake attempt. The slide through from Emendita, but Mitchie falls to Aegis. The kills ringing out across the board for FIU Val GC, and Emendita can stick this bomb up to half. The breach is stepping forward. Footsteps towards the bomb, and Emendita comes off it at just the right time. Phantom in hand, and the Phantom kill secured. FIU Val GC have now won 3 of 4.
Out of charges. Gotta go.
Once again, equipping Jin with this operator. They want to keep the momentum going, but Val GC is just always so tight in these rounds that they can't quite build the ult economy they're looking for. And once again, holding down this C site, but it's a full A rush. Nice 3-person reveal for Mitchie's Haunt. Gives away some information. They're going to throw in some of this veto utility. No ultimates available for CCC. Emendita actually has an opportunity to play in front of this smoke. She's going to slide out potentially with this stun. They're spamming her through this smoke, but Mitchie takes down Lil Cloud, continuing to zap away with the help of her overdrive, but she can't pick up a kill. Lou takes down King, front side B, but it's a 2-on-3 retake now for FIU Val GC, and an operator in the hand of Jin. Everything falling to pieces.
Hey, the op, please.
Madam Lumi has made her decision. The operator beckoned to be saved, and
Jin agreeing.
Jin agrees, yeah. Will obey in this instance. Camden County College win a crucial round to keep their economy in check, keep themselves afloat, and Jin is going to keep this operator.
Teleport's ready.
I don't know, she's been sharp with the Vandal too, but I think that the pressure that the operator brings is definitely something that FIU Val GC would miss if she were to fall. They've got most weapons across the board, but Ash is going to be on a Sheriff.
Go on a little Ghoster Bandit trip. Her Sheriff shots haven't been the best tonight. She's normally good with the Sheriff.
I was going to say, it's always...
She's normally good.
It's always darkest before the dawn. The Sheriff shots will fall, inshallah. And is going to step up and play, but this Haunt has been consistently forcing her back. She needs a teammate to help her out. That's going to be a shot through in Upper Moon 1. The demon of map 1 has been so silent here in map 2. Ash is continuing to hold the line with the Sheriff in hand, but she could find herself crunched on this B site. Good CCC, choose to exec. Paranoia comes through, and Jin is forced to step in towards the back site. Rendezvous destroyed, but the Headhunter unable to be destroyed. Jin is good for 3. She swaps weapons. The Vandal now in hand playing gun game, and it's just left onto Lil Cloud on the B site. Has walked through this heaven position before, but Lou not aware that Lil
VALORANT timing
Cloud,
at its best.
yeah, not aware that Lil Cloud could be rapping, and Amandita hears the TP, catches Lil Cloud with their pants down.
Go
FIU.
get your...
Well, she's got
Last
the op.
round.
Oh, she did.
in
She
the
got
half.
it. Okay.
She's got the op in hand.
Okay. I didn't see her
FIU Val
switch.
GC. She also has the tour de force, so honestly, I wouldn't have been mad if she kept the rifle and dropped one over. So
That's a good spot.
they have 5 rifles and the tour de force online. But
Gotta save it.
for next half,
Oh, right.
4-7. She's saving it for Valorant 2. FIU Val GC.
Hey. Overwatch 2 came out.
That's
VALORANT 2 is on the works, probably.
Oh, I don't know about all that. FIU Val GC are sticking to their guns, literally. And Camden County College, a couple of regen armors, a judge in the hand of Neon. Lose position, hard to uproot. We'll see if CCC is able to step up and through. Challenge her on this line, but wide swing from Lil Cloud, never expected by the operator. She'll be forced to pack away. Tucked now on this C side. Amandita does have rubble control. But Camden County does have some counter utility to try and flush her out. This Phantom has been deadly in Amandita's hands many times this season. The Prowler goes through. Multiple people shoot. Information now forfeited over. FIU Val GC aware of the danger. The waiting to swing. Aegis walks towards her, but Jin takes her down. Aegis punishes what the judge could look for a weapon upgrade, but Mitchie still holds the line, Vandal in hand. Jin is playing in heaven, but Low
30
Cloud takes
seconds
him
left.
down.
Another step.
Now the Veto ultimate online. Aegis is stepping ahead, and the flash comes through. Mitchie blind as a bat, stuck in a corner and taken down. Waiting for the swing from May. Ash turns around at just the wrong time, and that's going to be Lil Cloud, who punishes. Now Jin wrapping around from this C site. Phantom in
10
hand.
seconds left.
A
Spike
whole lot
planted.
to do. The Veto trip is going to trigger.
No crap.
Location now revealed. Trademark will be broken on the B side as well. She knows of all of this utility. Walking loudly, clearing these angles, and Phantom Spray not good enough. In the face of Lil Cloud, they will reign supreme. As we
Switching
head
sides.
to an 8-4 half for Camden.
Let us see what's there.
Community
planned for us
College.
this time.
FIU Val GC does have a bit more to do, but just as a reminder for you guys, FIU Esports has more games to come tomorrow night. We've got FIU Varsity Smash Academy playing at 7 before the main event. FIU Varsity Smash at 8:30. Their one last chance to qualify for the NACE Varsity Premier LAN in Orlando. You'd be seeing your team take on the big boys, but it all starts against UT Austin tomorrow at 8. Back to Valorant, and FIU Val GC is off to a quick attack, walking their way in through C and a B split to match. Omen is hiding close up with a shorty. Very well punish these players, but they're going to open this door and walk their way out towards the C site. Multiple players are now heading their direction. but Jin teleports away. The Omen, shorty in hand, will win the fight. Amandita waiting for these players to step through. This water smoke, and the gunshots finally connecting. Lose Bandit takes down Upper Moon 1 as well, and it's a 2-on-2. Both players should have been spotted. Amandita running down the side, and Little Cloud will fall as well. The paranoia comes through. The Omen TPing top side right into Amandita's lap, and she runs out of ammo. Unreal! CCC still an opportunity, a lifeline gifted to win this round out, but Lou hiding inside of the smoke. How does she play it against King? They jump up and forward, and Lou gets the better of them, expecting them to jump into the smoke, and the captain in IGL for FIU Val GC wins a critical pistol to keep them well within the course of this game.
I forgot we were on attack for a second. I was like, why isn't it losing views?
Oh my god.
Maybe the caffeine's wearing off.
That's right. We need
Shouldn't have had those 2 monsters
No,
today.
we're getting you a third monster.
Here.
You can stay up for your girlfriend. FIU, Val GC buying all the way across. It's 4 Bulldogs and a Guardian. As for Aegis, they're parking themselves with a Bucky in tree. FIU Val GC instead tasked with forcing their way into side, waiting out the stun, but unable to secure a kill. Opening the door as well. They hear this tripwire, might look to challenge, but FIU Val GC should think the better of it. Chamber trip will be heard by the Omen outside of A, so FIU Val GC has plenty of work to do. They hear the Neon dashing and jumping around, waiting for these initial angles. They're going to throw a smoke in heaven. FIU Val GC got a lot to do. They're breaking that trip, and the Bucky unable to secure a kill. Damage dealt onto Jin, and Upper Moon 1 is hiding inside of the smoke. They're going to throw the tether down as well, and spamming away with the Bulldog. Mitchie knows that Apple is hiding close inside the smoke as well, but King has picked up a weapon themselves in main. Bulldog equipped, and Amandita ready for the swing from the Vito. Going to throw down that initial swing, and Amandita's Guardian. The final piece of the puzzle for FIU Val GC. They'll win the round. They'll secure 6 and give themselves a chance here in the bonus round. Camden County College forcing up in the last one. We'll have some light armors and regen shields.
I'm out of here. I'll show them.
Tons of information for FIU Val GC, splitting
Gotta go.
across the map, avoiding the initial stun, and Amandita breaks away that haunt. Flash comes through, and Upper Moon 1 is not actually going to blind about anybody. C's thrown through, and Amandita is able to escape with her life. Nobody going to be punished just quite yet. Aegis is holding down this B-name position, and they're going to be challenging this veto on the A side, tasked with solo anchoring. FIU Val GC is going to run them down. Initial veto utility is going to cause some headaches, but that Prowler doesn't scout out the veto. But Lou is so diligent on these corner clears. We asked what happened to clearing corners in FIU Val GC. We're listening. Amandita now hiding in drop with the Guardian in hand. She could be the linchpin for this round, and there it is. Apple down, and Jin picks one up herself. FIU Val GC in a 5-on-2. Aegis only a Bucky in their hands. They swoop around and pick up the Vandal. Still so much left to do, and Mitchie looking to center the shots on this fade. She's been elite with the gunplay this season. FIU Val GC crowding around all his positions, but King County is going to opt for the save. Aegis keeping them regen armor alive.
Teleport's ready.
FIU Val GC win a bonus. All of a sudden, you might have to start talking comeback. Timeout now called. FIU Val GC forcing Camden County College to pump the brakes. Upper Moon 1 really doing a great job keeping themselves in the thick of this game on the breach. And as for FIU Val GC, it's Jin who's leading the pack in terms of frags, 14 and 10 on that chamber. Shades of Shufu, if I do say so myself. And they got to continue to keep this momentum up if they want to have a chance at coming through in the rest of this half. 7-8 the score, as you may have seen. How does Camden County College counter this FIU VAL GC attack?
I don't know. I honestly don't know.
The lethality of the two-headed monster.
I think one of the starting points is don't have the veto anchor on its own, especially without a decent weapon.
I'm out of here.
I didn't even notice what weapon they had going into that round, but yeah, Blue took their head clean off, blew that shmoop off with the bandit. So Camden County.
Blue is deadly with that bandit.
Why people they load their bandit, man. FIU VAL GC with full rifles, and Camden County is going to have that Sage Vandal in the hands of Aegis, but not listening to your advice. Once again, going to be solo anchoring that veto towards the seaside. Amandita will be tethered up by that initial grab. She'll wait for the expiration before looking for a bit faster on the exec. Omen will swing and challenge and die. FIU VAL GC continuing to push ahead. This B site now the subject of their fury. Blue's going to teleport across, maybe draw some attention. A wall goes up, and FIU VAL GC are going to abandon ship. Heading now towards this A site. The door, Unbreakable, has been opened and sliding across. Amandita takes a contact, but nobody home. Tap on the door, and they're going to try and flood their way in towards an A site, only guarded by Apple with a sheriff in hand. Apple may have disconnected, actually standing knife in hand, facing the wall. FIU VAL GC won the connection battle this time, but Jin falls to Lil Cloud, actually didn't take a single bullet. So it's a 3-on-3 and 2 rifles and a Guardian in the hands of Upper Moon 1. CCC not out of this one yet. Tucked away inside of tree, and Amandita playing in drop. How does CCC continue to clear this? A stun comes through, and it's Neon walking their way up into the site. A stun dropped up in over the top, but Lil Cloud is good for 2. Amandita cleans up the rest. FIU VAL GC may have found themselves in a bit of a pickle, but Amandita gobbles
Ties
them
the
up.
scoreboard.
Huh?
Ties the scoreboard.
Ties the scoreboard, true. I thought you said why's the scoreboard.
No, ties the scoreboard. I know, I tend to slur my words a lot the tireder I get.
FIU VAL GC definitely getting a blessing from the ping gods. Apple did end up disconnecting, so we'll be entering a quick pause.
It's a fair trade. They did win that round when Jin disconnected.
That's true, that's true.
Evens the scoreboard.
Apple reconnects, and both teams now ready and raring to go. 22 seconds on the scoreboard. Camden County does have the veto ultimate and the From the Shadows. Upper Moon 1 a single point away from the Rolling Thunder, so opportunities now for CCC to reclaim their lead that they rightfully earned on that explosive start to their attack. FIU VAL GC want to keep the momentum snowballing with the help of this Amandita overdrive. We'll see if they've got the chops. Bouncing ahead, and Lil Cloud's going to be the one under duress. Amandita challenges and falls, and Lil Cloud's going to TP out of dodge. Walking up and clearing the early veto trap, and spams come back through. Ash dropped dangerously low on this breach. Jin's going to secure the ultimate orb, and Mitchie's going to trade forward loose. Smoke's now out of the equation for FIU VAL GC, and the veto still going to be their target, walking in towards the seaside, not going to invest the Nightfall. Instead, just going to march their way forward, and CCC is going to be happy with a retake. Lil Cloud is playing close in towards Waterfall. Jin continuing to step up and finally swings the angle, secures the kill. And FIU VAL GC in a 3-on-3. Rolling Thunder for Ash, and with all these people, looking to push in through Waterfall, could absolutely find herself a massive opportunity with this Rolling Thunder. Good trade 1-for-1 if CCC choose to invest theirs. And there it is. That's going to be CCC's coming in first, but instead the counter Rolling Thunder dropped in as well. Mitchie still playing on site, and all these players stunned up, challenging, but Mitchie undeterred on the angle, swings, but can't secure a single frag. CCC had to invest the Rolling Thunder, forces FIU to do the same. but they will win the round nevertheless. 9-8. The score coming into round number 18. Camden County desperately needed a round win, but the heavy costs that they endured means that money is going to be in pretty dire straits heading into the rest of this half should they not start stringing them together. And FIU Val GC have 4 ultimates in their pocket, only missing that Rolling Thunder they just invested. So how do the Cougars hold off the Big Cats? Hiding away from the paranoia, and the initial veto ultimate will be popped. It's early aggression for CCC, and Mitchie eats a flash, fully blinded, and Jin's gunfire not going to be enough to shut down this initial utility. Both 8 Prowlers invested as well. Amandita is going to be dashing her way in towards this C site. It's only the Omen left to anchor, spamming away that veto trip, and Amandita slides forward, now finally clearing both corners. FIU Val GC teleporting up and onto the side, and Amandita spams down and kills King. An opportunity for FIU Val GC. Baloo sticking the plan in such a dangerous spot. She'll secure it. FIU Val GC now make their way back in towards CT, but Lil Cloud is ready for Amandita, and Ash will fall all the same. They're trying to stall time for Jin on this rewrap, and Lou drops down onto side. She's good for 2. Looking for a third, but is unable to secure, and Jin peeks the angle, was waiting to trigger discipline, but can't get the second on her screen in time. CCC are up to double digits now, and FIU Val GC's money might start to look rough. Full buys, but this is going to be the last for FIU Val GC. Another close round for Camden County. Means that their money is once again strained. Everybody still going to have rifles for both teams, but a single round could absolutely shatter the economy of either of these squads. Early haunt comes through, and it's FIU Val GC looking to challenge this A side. It's pretty empty save for the Omen. CCC looks to wrap themselves around the flank. Ita sliding up and in, and actually breaks away that veto utility, but King spams from drop and picks up 2. Beautiful utility usage, and that Seize is actually going to connect onto 2 as the smoke falls. It's Amandita who's tagged up and killed using the help of this neon wall. Jin finally lurks her way around, but Aegis is the one who confirms the final kill. CCC are up to 11. FIU Val GC
Fight till the end.
may be
no matter
staring
what.
at their own tombstone.
I'm out of here.
Lil Cloud emerging from this game on the veto, 19-14, really coming alive on this defense. And King's multi-frags there early in the round. I believe it was spamming through the smoke with that Phantom, opening up a bounty of kills
You want to play?
for the
Let's
Cougars.
play.
It's Sheriffs now, and a Chamber Ultimate
Bring them
online for
down.
FIU Val GC. The veto looks to take some mound control, but it's Amandita who wants to challenge, slides forward, and doesn't clear her corners. Could end up costing her team everything as this Neon unaccounted for, waiting and jumping up into the smoke. Upper Moon 1 will take her down, and that is a flood of blue in the kill feed. Camden County College's defense unbroken in the past 4 rounds. Solid as a rock. And FIU Val GC with 1 buy to save them all. Camden County have FIU Val GC on the ropes.
And once again, we want to pick the fight with the veto.
Looking out again towards the C site. Instead, making noise and
I should just make call-outs every time I call out. They change their mind.
Here, you should say FIU loses.
FIU lose. That way we win.
Yep, but Lou and Jin are looking to keep kill streak alive. Upper Moon 1 takes down Jin, and Lou commits to a very risky teleport onto the site. Fortunately, FIU Val GC emerged better for it. Who's going to reload her weapon and walk back out towards Mound. A flash comes through from Ash on this breach, but the paranoia from the Omen, absolutely everything. Nice
One
shot from
enemy
Mitchie.
remaining.
Sharp readjustment, and it's just the breach on the other side of the map.
Disconnected?
And it's, yeah, another tech pause. FIU Val GC may have escaped another round for a disconnect. Certainly hate to see it when another team is struggling with ping issues. Now FIU has gotten the better of the ping gods tonight. No, it was 1-1 in terms of rounds forfeited because of it, but especially at a critical round like round 21, Upper Moon 1 is now reconnected. Just a terrible feeling through and through. They paused the match
Tech
timer.
issues tonight are abundant. Maybe we shouldn't have launched that moon landing.
Well,
Well, it's not a landing, it's an orbit.
I was going to say, that's a conspiracy theory. The U.S. government is actually interfering with NACE Varsity plus collegiate round robin East Division 4 matches by sending internet issues to FIU Val GC and Camden County College. The tinfoil hats are really out for this one tonight. FIU Val GC with plenty of money and a From the Shadows available, but CCC playing for this aggressive A rush once more. FIU Val GC are the ones that are going to challenge here on the C site.
Go, go, go.
Stun comes through, and Amadita slides through on clearing her corners, but Ash is ready for the trade. Great team play from FIU Val GC, sacrificing their neon for the sake of this execute. But this plant is out so far in the open. Ash commits to it, and Apple will kill her from CT. Lou takes down King, and Jin's lurk now, the linchpin of this round. A Rolling Thunder comes through, and Lou's got to hold her ground here on the C site. The bomb is planted for Mound, so all of these players can play for the exec, and Lou can't steady the shots. It's just left onto Jin, and a 1-on-2, 1-on-3 now. And now left into a 1-on-1. Upper Moon 1, not even half on this bomb tap. Can't tap the bomb. Can't stick the bomb. Upper Moon 1, more tech issues abound, and FIU Val GC are going to watch the breach struggle to defuse once again, and FIU are still in this game. There's got to be some like cosmic intervention going on to keep Lumi from going home. It's actually just star-crossed fate for FIU Val GC to lose this game.
Game end.
I was gonna say, I don't know if the game ends if he wasn't able to defuse. They've paused the match timer. They're talking it out.
I mean,
I guess we find out. We have proof he was glitched on stream. Kept kicking him off. Yeah, I think we keep going. We got Coach Popsky joining us. I mean, we don't even know what's going on. Like, I was gonna say, we'll take a quick pause now while we figure out what the rulebook situation looks like, because all of these players are still fidgeting, fighting to figure out exactly what's going on. We'll be right back in just a moment. All right. After that short break, the rulebook doesn't say anything. So we're actually contacting the NACE admins right now. The other team pretty antsy to escape this hellhole that is Lotus. But FIU VAL GC, not really a whole lot you can do when the technical error is on the client side. Like, sticking the bomb and defusing was part of the match, and the Reach didn't have issues doing it earlier in the match. So FIU VAL GC saying if they lose, but they're going to wait on the decision of the NACE official. But I wanted to give you guys an update while we could. Thank you guys so much for being patient with us and tuning in every single week. And of course, as a reminder, FIU VAL GC is not the only team that's going to be playing this week. FIU Varsity Smash is playing tomorrow night, 7 p.m., and their match is going to be their last matchup of round robin. And for the main event, NACE Varsity Premier is the playoffs. Second round, FIU Varsity Smash is taking on UT Arlington. That's the third seed in the NACE Varsity Premier Division. And if they win that matchup, they'll be heading to sunny Orlando the weekend of April 25th to the 26th. You'll get to see our Panthers compete in person at Full Sail University. But of course, everything will be clear after tomorrow night's match. We want you guys to tune in and show some love to the strongest NACE Varsity Premier team we have here on FIU's campus. Once again, thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll show you guys another short break while we figure out what the NACE admins want to do. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first ever post-match interview. We've got Lou joining us today on the broadcast. Welcome, and great games tonight. Well, great game singular. This one's still not finished, but
Yeah, well, unfortunately, due to some that were happening at the VOD review of the other team, a lot of unfortunate moments. I think we had so it is truly unfortunate, but it is okay because we're still in playoffs.
That's
So
true.
This means that we're still gonna keep. Wasn't a
Nope, you guys got a whole nother set of games on the horizon. Top 4 seeds do make playoffs, so there's nothing for you guys to worry about on that end. Unfortunate set of circumstances tonight, but just a little bit about the new map pool. I mean, you guys played Fracture for what it sounds like was the first time tonight?
Yes. Am I mudded?
No?
Okay.
What do you mean, am I mudded?
It was a little bit of a learning curve. I think a little unsure of what we're supposed to do, especially on the attack. During the end, our rounds got sloppier, which is why I think we lost that map. But it was also their map pick, and I think the Waylay was just very coordinated on that team. So the Waylay was definitely difficult for us to work with. But other than that, I think fine with Fracture.
Yeah, Waylay and friends on that map number 1
Yeah.
for sure. I saw him swap over to the breach, and I raised my eyebrow. I was like, really? After the Waylay? That's what we're doing now?
That's what we were kind of happy that he wasn't on Waylay anymore, but
yeah, the veto was a nice wrinkle that they threw in as well. I mean,
mhm.
certainly going to be a difficult team for you guys to game plan against coming into the playoffs, but I know that you guys have
Yeah.
been putting in the work with Coach Popsky, so we're confident in you guys' ability to move forward and still perform well in the playoffs. Lastly, do you have anything to say to the people at home? Lots of people patient tonight in the stream. We had like
really?
16 people tuned in watching you
Wow.
guys. Yeah.
So sorry for the bad outcome, everyone, but it was still a blast, and we'll be back next week. So
Mhm.
tune in.
Next-
Aja.
Next Wednesday, probably 7 or 8:30. I don't know what time the playoff games start, but you can definitely catch it on our Instagram !Linktree. Don't worry, it does that. !Linktree for all of our socials, and yeah, make sure you hit that follow and the bell so you never miss out on another stream. We always give out those cell notifications when we go live, but thank you guys for everything, for tuning in. Make sure you're tuning in for Smash Ultimate tomorrow evening as well. Until next time, that's it from us here at FIU Esports. Thanks for everything, and as always, Spaza.